Okay, so just a second ago we talked about, we did a little introduction to variable and algebraic expressions, and we talked about some important vocab. I'm going to open up my foldable at this point in time, and I'm just going to reiterate some really important vocabulary one more time. We talked about evaluate on the front, and we talked about how evaluate does not mean solve. So we plug in the number in place of the variable and then do the math. Seriously, do not do this in your head, write it out, and then do the math. So I really do want to see your steps on tests and quizzes. I don't want you to do this stuff in your head. And another important thing, again, do not say solve. Solving is for equations. Equations have equal signs. When we are talking about expressions, which do not have equal signs, we need to say evaluate. So those are just some important math words, some good things to make some distinctions about. Evaluating simple algebraic expressions. Evaluate k plus 374 for k equals 28. So when we do this, we're taking 28 and we're plugging it in for k. So if k is equal to 28, we're going to plug it in here, and 28 plus 374. Again, you need to write this step out, and if you need to show work on the side, I recommend it. I'm going to add these to the side. 4 plus 8 is 12, and I carry my 1. That's 10, carry my 1, and I get 402. And that is my answer. I evaluated k plus 374 for k equals 28. When you come down here, it says, do you know how to show multiplication and division using variables? Some basic information still. Most of the time, we do not use a multiply by sign, little x, or a dot in algebra to show multiplication. We also don't use a division sign to show division. When a number is multiplied by a variable, the number is always written first. It has a special name, which we call a coefficient. And so typically, if we want to show multiplication, we just put, for example, if we wanted to do 4 times a, we would put 4a. If we wanted to do 16 times b, we would do 16b. We call the number in front of the variable a coefficient. We know that because a number is next to a variable, that means to multiply. And for division, sometimes we use the division sign, but most of the time in algebra, we're going to be talking about, for example, if we wanted to do c divided by 10, we would do it as a fraction bar. So you should recognize the fraction bar as a division sign, another way to show division. So this is the same thing as c divided by 10. The fraction bar represents division. So another example, for example, maybe we want to do d divided by 2. We would put d over 2. And that fraction bar, again, just means to divide. So we've got just a couple more. That was just a little bit more basic information. The next video you're going to watch is going to actually be starting to evaluate multi-step algebraic expressions over here.